I haven't done one of these in a while, but I'm going to join the hourly rapid and we'll have some instructive rapid chess. Not too often that I play a full tournament. Probably more often late join tournaments these days. So I haven't played rapid chess, at least on Lichess, in a while. I think my rating deviation is probably higher than usual because the more inactive you are, the higher the deviation. I've fallen outside the list of rapid players, I think. So if I got my deviation higher, I should be around top 50. Trying to decide what my goal is for the tournament. I think the first goal is to be instructive. I have seen some comments from people that don't learn as much from Blitz and bullet chess. They enjoy the slower chess where I think out loud. So I'll try and deliver that today. I'll try and be competitive too. Probably won't berserk too much. I think I'll only berserk if my opponent's berserk. Or if like I need to win the tournament towards the end. And maybe I'll mix up the openings. We'll see. Probably nothing like too dubious, but it might also depend on the opponent. Do you think some place like Charlotte will grow to be more popular place for chess over St. Louis in the near future? I think Charlotte is arguably, maybe arguably more popular in terms of like the lower level tournaments. It's different. It's very different compared to St. Louis because they have a lot of like grassroots things, a lot of events targeted for just a casual player. St. Louis is the premier spot for like the very elite events. US Championship, Singfield Cup, like Grand Chess Tour, American Cup coming up. So I think they complement each other. But it's kind of hard to measure popularity. I think both have like very, very deep scholastic programs. Like in St. Louis, I think the chess club works across maybe 100 different schools in the St. Louis area. I'm pretty sure Charlotte is similar. I've only been to Charlotte once, but it was a good time. Visited during the Charlotte Open a couple years ago. I don't really follow the NFL, so I don't know what the overall sentiment is in St. Louis regarding football. A lot of people in St. Louis
10,
watch baseball, though,
9,
which I also
8,
don't really watch.
7, 6, 5,
Okay,
4,
here we go.
3,
Probably playing this person
2,
first.
1, 0.
If Evo 94. Let's play D4. I'll probably stick with my main repertoire. London opening. Welcome back to SilverbackHQ. Been playing a lot of London recently. I think this stems from playing the World Rapid and Blitz Championship, because this is the main opening I was studying leading up to the event, and then also afterwards too. We have the main position. There's a lot of branches here. There's takes, there's bishop
I saw
f5, bishop
Berget at the
g4,
zoo the other
d6.
day. It was bred in captivity.
Oh, welcome back, Alex Werner. Bred in captivity. I feel like that's a pun, but I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I get it. Bred. Okay. Okay, we have the most critical London line. Queen takes b2. These lines can
Less
get
than
super
3.
sharp. I was actually studying these lines for a good like half hour to hour the
Happy
other day,
26.
like
Also
off stream,
quack.
because I was facing this a lot in chess.com. There's two main moves here. There's e6 and g6. I was facing g6 a decent amount. I think e6 is slightly more popular. Thank you, George and Zola. Thank you, Ordinary Otter. I appreciate the prime subbing. Yeah, queen takes a2 is also, I think, playable, but it's super risky because the queen very often gets short on squares. I would still probably play bishop b5. If we imagine the queen was on a2, there'd be ideas of bishop e5 and rook a1 to trap the queen. With queen takes c5, I think c4 the main points. This move I haven't looked at in a while. Like when I was first learning this variation, I basically learned that black doesn't take so early because of c4. And white's more easily able to open the center. At the same time, I'm down a pawn, so yeah, it leads to a very double-edged battle. Knight b3 is definitely a move to keep in mind. And queen b4 is slightly annoying there. So I think I'm better off just castling. And then if knight b3, like let's imagine bishop b7, knight b3, the queen is forced to an awkward square. If it moves along the b file, then there's inevitably x-ray vision. Maybe knight d4 coming to pressure the knight. And black has to choose between these squares. So we see queen a3. Now knight d4, there's also knight e5. Should always consider taking as well. Like one line that comes to mind is some combination of taking and this to prepare knight c4. And the problem with taking immediately is after takes, the bishop's hit and this would be a triple fork. So I don't think I want to allow black to improve the knight in such a way. I'm also realizing knight fd4 is an interesting option. Attacking and preparing knight c2. So let's imagine knight fd4, bishop d7, knight c2, queen takes a2. Can I trap the queen? I'm not seeing it. It looks close, like rook a1. No, knight c1 doesn't work. Okay. I'm going to think in silence for a few moments. Thank you, Chess Genie. I just said I was going to think in silence for a few moments. The silence has been broken a little bit. Knight d4, bishop d7. Knight c2, queen a2. It's bugging me because I feel like I've studied this before. I think I just go for this. And it's more like intuitive. That, I mean, if the queen winds up on a2, even if I don't have a knockout blow, like hopefully there would be long-term compensation. A little bit of hope chess. There is an idea, actually, queen d3. How to make it work. Shout out to Chess Genie, by the way. Hope you had a good stream. If you're just joining, this is my first game of the Hourly Rapid Arena. I do plan to play the whole thing. A very sharp London opening to start. I don't think there's too many options for black. It's like if castling, I take, and drop the rook. So bishop d7, knight c2, queen takes a2, queen d3. The point is to defend, essentially over-defend the knight so I can move the rook to a1. And then somehow trap the queen eventually. Bishop d7, knight c2, queen a2, queen d3. I mean, black has moves. Black could take. To keep in mind, this is rapid chess too, so keep the pressure on. Take a moment here. Rook a1. Wait, rook a1 and then rook a3, but then queen b2. Oh, also the bishop covers a3. So queen d3. knight b4, I take. That's okay. Let's play queen d3. I'm connecting the rooks. I'm down 2 pawns, but yeah, trying to punish the queen for going in too deep. Both burned a decent amount of time. After this game, I'm going to have to like really know this line better rather than trying to improvise. The ball is back in black's court. And this is a very clear threat. Like, I don't think black has time to castle. Rook a1, queen b2, rook fb1. And yeah, I'm controlling these squares. So I think the tries are either this or this. If knight b4, things could simplify. Like I could take. Maybe win back a pawn, but still maybe trap the queen. And if takes, could take with bishop or queen. Probably queen. The bishop covers a4. Although takes with bishop is also interesting. Because queen a4 is not really an issue, I don't think. If I take, what am I scared of? Rook c8, rook a1, queen b2, rook b1. Rook c8 doesn't really threaten anything. If knight, say knight a5. Knight take, and then take. At the very least, I take, and then black can't really castle. Yeah, let's take with queen. All my pieces are like decently developed. And hopefully this position addresses a question from earlier. Because earlier there was a question, why did black not take on a2 in this position? And we see an example of the queen winding up on a2, and yeah, it's already looking very scary for black. So a6. It's a move. So if I play this, there's takes. I take with check. I guess there is a line like rook a1 takes, take, and then black can just take back, and queen is tied down defending my knight. Looks playable though. I should also consider takes, and then rook a1. I mean, there's bishop b5, but then queen c3. Wait, take, rook a1, queen b2, rook b1, and then bishop b5. Oh, but then I take. I think is okay. Yeah, I'm leaning towards bishop takes e6. Looks a bit cleaner. Ah, but there's bishop d5. Wait, so take here, bishop d5. Yeah, that's actually not clean. It's clean in black's favor. I think I have to play rook a1 here. And there's also knight b4, which is kind of interesting. Then queen a4. I think I just play rook a1. Keep an eye on time. Thank you to Gary Loves Pizza. Happy 54 months. 54 months is 4.5 years, right? I'm expecting takes, and then takes. And it's a very interesting material imbalance. I'll probably play queen d3, castle. What's happening? And there's also takes. And black has 2 pawns for the exchange. But I would have some initiative. Yeah, both moves are playable. Okay, now I have knight a5. Oh, but then b5. Hmm. I think I should still play knight a5. It was a good square for the knight. Put some pressure, b5, rook d1. I'm hitting this pawn. Not too many ways for black to defend. It really boils down to whether the pawns are strong or weak. After b5, they do look strong. Black's giving me this, but there's bishop b5. Interesting. And knight a3 doesn't work. I think I go for it. I still have some activity. I'm going to give back the exchange. Bishop b5, knight d6. King will come to the center. And the b pawn is going to be weak. If takes, I hit the rook, rook e8. And probably rook b8. The time might tell the story here. That's a move. I think I have to move the bishop. And we might see knight c6 trade. I win b7. And both sides have 4 pawns on the king side, 2 knights and a bishop. Oh. Okay, rook a7. A lot of pressure still. This move may be coming. Wow. That move I didn't see. We have to take the rook. We're going to be down a pawn. But pretty good chances to win on time. Hmm. I want to get my king in. Also want to get my knight in. It's a weird move, but I think the knight's good on d3. The idea is to play this. Oops, that was a mouse slip. No! I lost. I lost because black has a knight. It's sufficient mating material. Oh, what to do? GG. I was up on time. Opponent was quick towards the end there. That was a really interesting game overall, though. I definitely want to check the opening. Wow, so this is fine for black. Okay, for some reason castling is preferable. C4 is still fine. The question is how to maximize advantage. Knight fd4 is not the right move. Even though it looked very natural, engine likes knight bd4. So what's the point? Bishop d7, and then take, and then take, and then knight e5. Yeah, this is hard to figure out without like knowing it. It's actually incredible that like black is completely fine here. Black's actually better after knight d5. a6 was also playable. Yeah, taking on a2 is actually just better for black, because I can't take here, I'd lose a knight. Not the cleanest game. Knight was better. I don't understand this moment though. Rook a1. Ah, just to prepare to take. But what if b5? Rook d1, interesting. Black's kind of stuck. Because if here, then I take, and then take on d7. Then take? Deep engine line. And the end was just kind of chaotic. I was clearly worse. Kudos to my opponent for fighting well. I actually got a winning position towards the end, but I was a little bit too slow. Okay, moving on. I'm tied for last place. Someone call an ambulance, maybe for me. Yeah, my hopes of winning the tournament, I think, are down the drain. That game went the full distance. But hopefully some lessons to take away. Yeah, still 92 minutes left. Here we go. Playing the best version. Wait. Did I mess up the layout? Oh, maybe I changed the board size after the game. Hopefully during the last game it was fine. All right, let's play Sicilian. Not berserking. As we see, I think I do need the full time allotted. I'll try and play quickly though. Manage my time better. So going into this Rossolimo at pawn d6. Pawn d4 is not the main move. But I guess we're transposing into whatever this is. Not sure if I want to take with pawn or bishop. I'll activate the bishop. Yeah, this is slightly new territory for me. Knight f6 looks natural. It might be a question like how to develop this bishop. Bishop g5 applying maximum pressure. If I play this, there's takes. I think the trade looks okay. I wouldn't mind like trading queens and having 2 bishops against 2 knights. Although now, yeah, bishop e7 takes, probably take with pawn. Queen c7. I'm playing based on feel. What to do? There's rook d8. There's castling. If I castle, the issue is takes, takes. I lose a pawn. Is that worth going into? Not sure. Intuitively, I think it's fine. The 2 bishops should offer compensation. By the way, are people watching? Chat is very slow, but I know during these games I don't interact too much with chat, especially that last game. It was mainly focused on the chess. Oh, people are here. Okay. I hope people are enjoying the chess so far. Oh, now chat is very fast. Hello, hello. Maybe some people have already drifted off to sleep watching the stream. Yeah, I think it makes sense to put the rook on d8. Ensuring the d-pawn's defended. This could lead to a sharp game. Offside castling. I'm not sure why white played h3. Like maybe to pawn storm. b5 looks attractive. Maybe b4. Pawn is rolling. So if takes, I think I just take back a queen. Knight would be attacked. Can build up some initiative. Maybe get the a-pawn rolling. Welcome to Rubbish. First time catching a stream. Coach us to sleep. I know it's late for some people. Especially for the Europeans. Capo Greco watching from Melbourne. What time is it in Melbourne? It's got to be like late morning, early afternoon? 11:30 a.m. Yeah, it's 6:30 p.m. in St. Louis. I wonder if White's considering this move. Because after takes, it could get weird. Although then I have takes attacking and defending. I should briefly consider this, which I don't think works. Okay, now knight d5. So what if takes, and then takes, and then takes? Not understanding. Takes. If white throws in this, I save the bishop, I win a piece. A lot of things are hanging. But I hit the queen and the bishop, and I'm up a piece. And if takes, I'll be up the exchange. So maybe some miscalculation from white. It's possible that when my opponent like saw this from a distance, they just assumed that my queen's attacked, my bishop's attacked, and they win back a piece with good position, just missing this move. So it leaves my bishop attacked multiple times, but the queen is counterattacked. Got people from all over. Got Newfoundland, Vancouver, Montreal, Ontario. Got all areas of Canada. Maybe some people on the East Coast. Costa Rica. San Diego, DC. Quebec, Florida, Toronto, India. Wait a minute. If I take here, I guess the queen just takes, or the rook takes. Okay. So going into this, can't play rook e8. Yeah, what's the best way to do this? In g2 is kind of hanging. And there's h6. Rook c8 might be the simplest. Yeah, just preventing any queen d8. g2 still attacked. Potential pressure on the c-file. Yeah, h6 will very likely come with tempo. And there is idea actually to play queen c6 with a double threat of this and this. Got Denver, France, Lebanon, Brazil, Bangladesh, Maryland, Germany, St. Louis. Welcome back to Joe. Hello, St. Louisan. Hope you're enjoying the weather. Yeah, tough position for white. Bishop c1. So if I take... I hit f2. If I play this, there's queen somewhere, e2 or e4. But I think this wins the pawn. And there's takes and then takes. I hit the rook and c2. Rook e2. So now probably queen c5. White wants rook g2. This might actually be more annoying for white. Hitting h3, preventing rook g2. Also preventing this because queen takes. Okay, bishop b2 makes sense. I think just h6. Getting ready to play rook e8. Hey, it's Nemo. What's up, Nemo? Appreciate the raid. Shout out to Nemo. Hope you had a good stream. If you're just joining, I'm doing some slower instructive chess, playing the hourly rapid arena. It's 2 hours of 10-minute chess. I lost my first game, but looks like I'm going to win this one. This is forced mate. Okay, yeah, bishop c1 I would take and then mate. So, pretty clean game. Yeah, my opponent played this, okay, Lichess calls it the Nyezhmetdinov-Rossolimo attack. There's a few different move orders, because, like, after d6, this is probably a more common move order. Like c6, bishop, b5. Is there any difference with what we played? I've never like seriously studied this. It seems like I got through the opening fine. Yeah, there was this moment where I did allow takes. I think I would have debated here between this or this. Apparently GF is bad because knight d5, wow. Yeah, because takes, there's this and this coming. And if takes, there's a lot of these lines where white wins d6, but black has compensation because of the bishop pair. Double the pawns. Yeah, it's playable. Okay, moving on. My first win, top 90. I'm very far away from the top places. But slow and steady, you never know. Next opponent. Yeah, I'm not berserking. Just try and play cleanly and solidly. We have another Rossolimo. I feel like Rossolimo is becoming more popular than Open Sicilian. Maybe stemming from the games at GM level. But bishop f1 I think is a standard move. I guess there's also bishop a4 here. I haven't studied the lines so thoroughly with pawn c3. Because usually people play rook e1, bishop f1 a bit earlier. I'll play bishop g4. Good morning to Zingirda. Slamat pagi. Terima kasih for the bits. Appreciate it. Gotta be early morning there. Okay, really gotta watch out for pawn e5. Like e6. E6 is maybe playable because then I have knight d5. I kind of just want to play rook c8 or queen c7. Maybe queen c7. This also sometimes restricts pawn d4. D4 was maybe already restricted, but in the event of like takes, bishop is a target. Oh, you're not Indonesian, so you don't know the language. Oh, okay. I don't really know much either. I just know a few words. I was in Bali about a year ago. Don't you usually play e6 Sicilian? Yeah, for a good portion of my chess career, I played Taimanov Sicilian. More recently, I've been playing knight c6 on move 2, and if white goes for open Sicilian, I go for accelerate dragon. But with bishop b5, then I've been enjoying this d6 line. So, yeah, I do react to what my opponent does. Wow, b4. It was unexpected. I really don't understand this move. Like, if I just take... I could have maybe spent a minute trying to figure this out, but just put the ball back in my opponent's court. Maybe white was trying to like take over the center. But the problem for white is if, let's say, takes, I played knight d4. If d4, I probably just take and I'm still threatening knight d4. Oh, good job, Silverback. You're ahead of me in the tournament. So bishop b3. Creative play from white. Could probably just play e6 sooner rather than later. Leaving the pawn tension. If takes, I can take, and then e5, I have knight fd5. I still haven't published the course against d4. I ran into a lot of roadblocks. But a first step might be to like make just a free Lichess study. I have put in a lot of effort into like developing a repertoire for not just against d4, but all the openings I play. So white takes. So I could also play knight d4 here. I think this is okay. White does get some initiative. We have e5 here. Oh, is there queen takes? Oh. I blunder? I think I blundered. I mean, I think I have to go for this and pray it's somehow still playable for me. But I got way too relaxed there. I had seen this line from a distance and then didn't really double check it. But this looks pretty bad. There. Maybe I'll have chances to fight back. Okay. White could have taken, and after takes, queen takes. I'm still under pressure though. Like knight c3 is actually probably a decent move. Might have. I'm probably still in trouble. Oh man. Yeah, there's so many pins with the diagonal and the file. I might have to take. Now at least the e-file is a bit more blocked. I lose back the pawn on d5, like takes. So we could get a situation, let's say takes, my rook and pawn are hit. I play rook d8. If rook takes, I play bishop e7. I think it's okay. It's uncomfortable though. I'd be hitting the queen, so there's no immediate bishop a3. A3. If I play, I have to play this. There's no other move. And this b4 idea actually worked out kind of nicely for white. I probably should not have taken on b4 like in this position. Just any other solid move. I have to take. Okay, now there's... And probably have to play rook c8. So if takes bishop e7, queen e3. Under pressure. I might have to play king f8 eventually. Let's imagine takes bishop e7, queen e3, king f8. Oh no, I have to defend first. Actually, do I have king f8 and then takes and then... No, because rook e5. Super shaky position. Opponent's not cashing in though. And now I have f6 or bishop d6. Probably bishop d6. Really trying to hold on. Oh, I have this move? I missed rook c1. Ugh. Wait a minute. Knight d4. Bishop d4. Take there. No, it doesn't work. I'm just going to be down a piece. Which means I was probably in trouble for a while there. So I'll be down a piece. Just have to accept my reality and try and fight back. Probably queen e7. And queen e7 walks into d4. Everything's pretty ugly. Maybe this is a better try. Let's play this. Yeah, white's played well. Like, maybe time can save me. I mean, the two things I want to accomplish is, first of all, not losing more material, and secondly, avoiding trades as much as possible. But this bishop is monstrous, because I don't have a light square bishop of my own. White's burning time, though. I see my opponent not as strong in Blitz. Wow. So really going for simplification. I don't think this works, though, because I take... And I have bishop h2 as a threat. I haven't been sharp tactically, but I'm... Oh, wow. I can't take that. Because takes just mate... does it? I have this move? Wait a minute. Focus. So takes... Takes... I can't take back, but I have king h8. Which is maybe what my opponent missed. But maybe I'm missing something. But if I am missing something, I don't see what I'm missing. So I think I just have to go for this. And there's also takes. But then I'm up material, actually. Up the exchange for a pawn. Yeah, that did scare me for a moment, because it looks like rook f7's forced, but king h8. And yeah, the rooks defend each other. I think I'm surviving probably just better now. Not actually sure what I'm threatening. Because I'm not really threatening to take either thing. At the same time, it's not clear what white can do either. Maybe I'm threatening this to then attack the bishop and threaten to take the queen. Yeah, later I can analyze. I think I was just in a world of trouble after knight to b4, probably for many reasons. Rook d8 appears to win material. There was a question why I didn't take the queen. If I take the queen here, I get mated. Rook takes rook. And the bishop is pinning my rook, so I can't block. Queen e8 would be the only legal move, and then, yeah, black is losing. So it's not quite a dirty flag. If I have a winning position. But looks like it's going to be a flag. Can I mate? White wants to mate. Okay, offering the queen trade. Okay. It's definitely not a clean game by either of us. Yeah, b4 was creative. What am I supposed to do after c3? So this is fine. Oh, e5 is not a threat because I can take. So engine likes g6. And yeah, this is a really bad move. It was based on an initial miscalculation, which my opponent didn't punish me for. But then white still got a great position. Oh, how's it going, G.I. Joel? Asking about e5 instead. Yeah, I played e6 to undermine the bishop. Generally, e5, it's not as great positionally, leaving the bishop targeting f7, but actually, like, e5 makes a lot of sense in hindsight because it just prevents this pawn from moving. The bishop's not really doing much. Actually, e6 or e5 are both playable. I just really had to be aware of white's tactics. Yeah, I should just play bishop e7 castle. So the miscalculation was here. My opponent missed it too. White can take. And if I take back, takes. And if I take back, then takes, and white wins back the queen and is up a piece. I think I would probably play king d7, take, and yeah, white's up a knight. That was missed. Knight c3 was played. I didn't even see knight b6 as an option, but that makes sense. And then again, I'm just losing. I don't think I realized how bad it is. Rook c1 is just monster threat, which I couldn't do much about. But then white gave back everything, trying to like just crush me tactically, and missing that I have king h8 here, I presume. You think the rook is a strong piece early game? Usually the rooks become stronger as the game goes on. As more pawns get traded and files open, then the rooks have more potential. But early in the game, if like all the pawns are still on the board, then rooks are not always as good as knight and bishop. But later, like you want to hold on to your rooks because they become very powerful in the endgame. I show the line instead of rook takes e5. Oh, if white doesn't play... So white should have just done something else. Oh, it's incredible here. The engine says queen takes f7. Because if I take, I get mated. Or I don't get mated, but I'm just losing. And if takes, this also loses because my bishop hangs. Okay. Let's move on. 2 wins. 57 minutes left. And try and play some higher quality chess. Do I have an established rapid rating now? Rapid. Rating deviation, not quite. Okay. No berserking. I'll play e4. Try and be aggressive this game. I'll play a Scotch. So knight takes d4 is not considered to be a great move because it gives white like very good control over the center. I think black was maybe trying to play queen b4. But the plan now is just to develop, grab space. Black's a bit slow with the kingside development. Yeah, queen c5. I'm kind of tempted just to play bishop e3. Like, if I want to win quickly, I probably keep queens on the board. Actually, this is maybe just a better option, too. Yeah, because then bishop e3 will come soon with tempo. But bishop e3 immediately also looked nice. There was a question earlier from Mr. Abtastic. I'm rated 900 and struggling. What's the best way to learn and become more solid? At 900 ELO, I think a big part of improvement is doing a lot of tactics and doing your best to minimize blunders. Like, play slower games. Try and build habits of identifying your opponent's threats. Visualizing the move before you play a move to make sure you're not giving away anything for free. And then if you can minimize blunders, then very often your opponents will blunder and give you free gifts at that rating level. I can recommend watching my speedrun series on YouTube. It's a series where I started at 400 ELO on chess.com and then gradually worked my way up. You can jump around to whatever rating level you're currently at. Yeah, at the 900s, a lot of it was just taking free material and sticking to principles. So I'm developed, I'm castled. I castle queenside to get the rook to the half-open d-file. We'll save the bishop. Black is maybe going to try and attack. Pretty much ready to play e5. I could have maybe played e5 a bit sooner too. But I like my king getting to safety. Oh, thank you, Rubbish, for the kind words. Your content has helped me improve and helped me enjoy chess more because of your calm attitude and helpful explanations. That's nice to hear. I'm hoping to post another episode of the speedrun very soon. I recorded it a few days ago. It's a long episode. I think it's going to be over an hour. Did I play this or is this? Oh, there's some funny line. Okay, I'll play e5. Most likely provoking this, which looks annoying at first for white to deal with. Hitting the bishop and the pawn. Like, if bishop f4, there's this. But the funny line is after knight g4, I have a3. To attack the queen. The point is to make the queen move back so it's not defending the knight. And then I can take on f7. Take, and then queen f5. Hitting the king and the knight. Winning a pawn. There's a similar idea, like if I play, or let's say knight g4, a3, queen a5. If I play queen f5, which looks good, hitting the pawn and knight, black can defend both with pawn d5, obstructing my bishop and defending the knight through x-ray vision, and I can't en passant, because then I would lose my queen. So I think bishop f7 is a move order to go for. Should also note that if takes, I can just take and then win the knight. Any other options? Oh, let's just go for this. There might be some compensation for black. b4 in the very end. I don't have to take the knight right away. Honestly, kind of forgot about knight f6. Take. Oh, there's a nice line though. Imagine bishop takes. I can take on d7. I'm just going to do it. Rely on some intuition. In a slower game, I'd probably calculate everything. But in rapid, I just see the fact like if takes, my queen comes in, bishop comes in, knight comes in. Like mathematically, white has more attackers and black has defenders. King g8, its mate in a few. If bishop e7, then probably knight e4. Threatening this or this. I see the random question asking if I know Ethan. I do, yeah. We grew up playing chess probably around the age of like 9 or 10. Go way back. Haven't kept in touch though. Yeah, I'm not sure what to expect now from black. Like maybe something to d8, rook d8, queen d8. There is a potential smothered mate. Like if, let's imagine rook h8, knight g5, king g8. Then I can start the smother mating procedure. Although there is a line like rook d8, knight g5, king f8. Also that move. So knight g5. I mean, there's this move too to just win material. I feel like knight g5 is even stronger. I have access to more squares. Oh, here we go. Okay. Is my opponent going to let me execute the sequence? Sack the queen, etc., etc. Every few days there's a Reddit post about someone boasting that they got this for the first time in their life. Maybe I should post this to Reddit. Oh no, my queen. Someone call an ambulance. But not for me. Hey, it's Bigfoot. You're just in time. Okay, got the smother mate. Yeah, that was pleasant. King f8 would have resisted more. I think I was going to play bishop c5. And then, like, the bishop's pinned to the king, but also to the f7 square. So, any need to analyze? Felt pretty clean. Yeah, knight takes d4 is dubious. Got the space advantage, the development advantage. Life was good. Engine doesn't actually approve of the sack. It likes rook d6. Yeah, maybe I should have kept my rook alive. Rook d6 is actually really nice. Clamping down on this pawn. Pairing this and this and this. If I considered this move, I probably would have played it. Okay, moving on. Shout out to Bigfoot. Hope you had a good stream. If you're just joining, doing the hourly rapid. Just under 45 minutes left. I lost my first game, but I'm now 3 in a row, 8 tournament points. I don't think I have any shot of winning this tournament, especially if I don't berserk. But we'll see. Oh, I see the message from Aquila. How's it going, Aquila? It was your idea to raid and not Bix. Okay. I appreciate it. Playing Megatron. Here we go. This time we have a Queen's Pawn opening. Colle. I'll take. So this is kind of like an exchange Slav. But I'm going to have a more active bishop, because white's committed to this. I should probably castle. And there's a6, b5, there's rook c8. And the pawn structure is like very close to symmetrical. But the big difference is the activity of the bishops. Thinking bishop b8. And there's also this idea, like take. There's knight h2. Actually looks pretty good. If white doesn't take, I play f5 and build the stonewall structure. Yeah, I probably should trade. There's some argument to this, though. Okay. I'm trading. F5 likely coming. Well, the pawn structure is a bit more imbalanced now. Do I even rook lift, bro? I kind of want to. I also like the idea of putting the knight on d5. But knight e7 allows bishop b4, which is maybe okay. I think I'm okay allowing bishop b4. If white goes for this, it makes some sense positionally to trade the passive bishop for the active bishop. But then white's left with the double b pawns, which could be very weak. I have queen b6 and knight d5. Instead, white's going for other plan. Interesting. It's a bit awkward to defend the pawn. I think I'm going to play positionally, though. I'll just trade queens. And then use some activity on the queen side. Like if takes, double pawns are actually not that bad for me, because white can't easily attack them. And there's a plan here of knight d5, b5, And eventually coming into like c4, a4. And we might be trading rooks, which could make it difficult to win. But I do have the happier minor pieces. f3. Interesting. It looks ugly to allow this, but I'm kind of leaning towards allowing it. If I take, then e4 comes. The other option is knight back, which I guess has some merit. Yeah, knight back actually makes sense. Because then if takes, I take with knight. King f2. Yeah, it's kind of hard to make progress. Play b5. A flexible move. Some idea to play rook c4. And then double up. I'm not sure what white is doing with that move. Maybe preparing this. I guess now I have rook c4, knight d2. I do have rook a4. It gets weird, bishop e6. Imagining f4 at some point. Also knight d5. Choices. Not entirely sure what to do here. Maybe just leaving the tension. h5. Nothing feels appealing. Let's play h5. The idea is to maybe clamp down. Yeah, and then at least there's some issue with bishop g3 for white. Getting low on time. If I take... Also the idea of trying to trap the bishop. I think I should take once. And then I'm not too afraid of e4 because I have knight f4. Some check and some fork. Now I'm threatening probably b6 to potentially win a pawn. And force bishop b4. Or bishop c3, but then I take and take. So it's decision moment for white. I'm not sure what to expect. There's tension between the rooks. We see knight b3. Now maybe rook c4. And now if knight goes back, I think I can take in this. There's also maybe just rook a4. Rook a4, bishop c3. Yeah, definitely applying pressure. White could maybe go for... Okay, let's go for this. Expecting bishop c3. Other moves just lose a pawn, like b4 loses a3, bishop b4 I take twice. And at bishop c3, I think I just play rook c8. Now my pieces are decently optimized. Probably threatening to win a pawn in a few different ways. White's trying to hold on. Rook c4. And there's bishop d2. Also king d3. Now b4. Thank you, Chess Unique. Happy 5 months. I could play b5. We could also trade a bunch. Let's go for b5. Reinforcing the rook.
5 years on the channel.
Happy 5 years, Nyezhmetdinov-Rossolimo. 60 months. So I'm down about 2 minutes. Oh, now I don't have knight f4. Maybe I still do, actually. Take. Go for it. White has 2 legal moves here, this or this. If this, I fork, so yeah, we see this. Now if takes, I take with pawn. Undouble the pawns, get more space. If rook here, then I invade. And b2 is a target. If rook e2, I take, and then check and win the pawn. So it's looking good. I should note, actually, okay, we don't go into that. I take first. Let's go for this. Yeah, all these pawns are targets. A very positional game. I don't really see how white saves this pawn. Like if b3 I take, and if takes I mate. If takes here, I think I just take back. I could start with check. Check, there, check. Oh, wait a minute. If I start with check, there's king here. It's almost a blind spot. I should just take. And there's a funny mate. d5, rook b3, king d4, rook c4 checkmate. Bishop and the pawn create the wall. Knight d2 might be playable. But then the knight's still very restricted. Rook c2 is coming. I'm really not sure how white survives here. It's still equal material. Like, it seems like white is maybe close to holding. We do see knight d2, so let's go for this. Yeah, if rook e2, then white's kind of paralyzed. Like, I can probably just improve my king. now I can play this. Threatening mate in 2. But now this might be playable. But then, okay, I mean, f3 and b4 are hanging. This looks pretty good.
Good morning. Coffee and Rosen 4.
Oh yes, your morning. I'm pretty sure this is force mate. Bishop takes b4. And rook b3. The pawns do a nice job taking away the getaway squares. This is the only legal move. Okay, pleasant game. Yeah, it's very, very positional. Like, not the most exciting opening, but maybe slightly more comfortable for black. Improved a little bit. At some point, it felt very close to equal. Like, around here, I wasn't sure what to do. Engine likes knight d5. I didn't want to allow taking. According to the game review, I made 1 inaccuracy. But no major mistakes. Question about why b5 was played. Can take a look. Oh, b5 here. Yeah, it's more just kind of a flexible move. Like with dark square bishops, I want my pawns on light squares. And I guess the idea is twofold, maybe threefold. Like maybe there's some potential later playing b4, but there's also the idea of bringing the b6 square for the knight to maneuver in. And then as we saw in the game, this supports rook to c4 too. So all around, it's just a more useful square for the pawn. I do allow bishop a5, but it's not the most dangerous thing to allow. So hopefully that makes sense. Like usually in such positions, you want to look for moves that just gradually improve. Like king f7 is another like gradual improving move. Along with, yeah, g5, h5. The moves that don't really hurt you and make the position a little bit better. So moving on. Top 30. Question, you met someone named Ryan and told him about the Stanford Gambit. I'm not sure. I've definitely had many interactions with people about the Stafford Gambit. Probably at some point I met a Ryan. Oh, playing Silverback. Good luck. Play e4. Silverback is in the chat. Says woohoo muting. We'll play knight f3. I've played Silverback 14 times. So g6 I think is actually considered dubious because of c3. Like a weird move order thing. I mean, g6 of course is still probably playable, but at a high level, white I think is already happy. Get the center. Now d5 looks attractive. Not holding back here. Oh, Ryan's your coach. Yeah, I sometimes feel bad because like I have so many interactions with people at like various chess events. I'm very bad with remembering names and faces. But I guess I do believe you. Okay, knight a5. don't think bishop g5 works. Probably just bishop d3. Also bishop e2. Play bishop d3. It does kind of obstruct the d file, but I didn't want to obstruct the e file. Takes, I want potential for rook e1 check. I should start a university and call it Stafford. Stafford University. Can major in the Stafford Gambit. Wait, does b4... b4 weakens this diagonal, though. Also traps a knight. I'm just going to play knight c3 and focus on development. How come you didn't play Rossolimo? I've toyed around a little bit with Rossolimo, but this bishop c4 line is like, it's super interesting and tricky and also offbeat. So a lot of players just don't know how to play against it. E6 was, of course, one of the critical moves after bishop c4. Okay, I am gearing up for b4. Now is probably the time. I do allow knight takes d5, but then I'll lose my rook, I'll win the knight, and then some bishop h6 maybe in the very end, or bishop g5. Oh, there's a Stafford University in the UK. Ooh. I did go to the Stafford Hotel in London, which is kind of a combination of my two favorite openings. And I had high tea, or afternoon tea there, like very high end. They had like a massive portrait of Queen Elizabeth in the lobby. I had actually emailed like their marketing department asking if they would like sponsor me or give a free hotel for promotion, but they wrote back and they say that they don't do deals with influencers. But it was a nice hotel. Very good tea options. Okay, this is getting spicy. What's happening? 97? Like 97 and bishop here, I think, looks really good. Oh, but then there's bishop c3. I also have bishop h6 coming. Maybe. I did not refute the hotel. I embraced it. Yeah, for some reason I thought I was winning material, but I don't think I am. Like bishop d2, bishop c3. Bishop h6, bishop g7, takes, queen a1, f6. I mean, this might be the best move. Or bishop a3 even. Where's my funny line? I'm not seeing it. I want to get to f6 somehow. Taking a long time. I'm just not seeing. Okay, so bishop h6, bishop g7, take, queen a1, f6. Rook. Let's start with some preparatory move. I could just go like full ham, like knight g5. I don't think that works though. Bishop f6. Maybe bishop z4. Attack d6. I'm keeping all the tension. I'm going partial ham, yeah. So the point of bishop z4 is mainly to attack d6 and support knight d5. I do want to save the knight eventually. I really wanted to like make these lines work where I attack the bishop, but just let it be. I'm also discouraging bishop e6 because then I can take and take. There might even be some ideas of like this and this. Yeah, I didn't play bishop d2 because bishop c3. I was considering that, like queen a1, but I'm sure there's a lot of fine lines for white. Thank you to micromanagement. Happy 15. Okay, now I have bishop e3. I lose this bishop, I win this bishop. And then f6, and then I didn't really think beyond that. But I like the trade. There's rook f7 coming. Oh, there's a nice line though. f6, bishop h6, hitting the rook. Rook's tied down to defending f6, so rook f7. And then knight g5. Attacking the rook. Making use of the pin. And if rook takes e7, it's mating. Oh no, my knight. Yeah, it's queen on a1. A sniper from the distance. The rook is essentially trapped. Black can maybe fight. Just kind of leave the rook here. There's a funny line. Oh, my queen. Oh no. Someone call an ambulance. Ah. Queen's not defended. Yeah, the queen is tied down to defending the rook. So if it takes, it's a beautiful checkmate. Opponent's not letting me have fun though. But okay, I'll still have fun. I can take the rook and then mate next move. Okay. GG. I'm going to take a small break. It was a fun finish. I should at least check the moment. I really didn't know what to do here. Like bishop c4 is actually the top move. Okay. I spent so long like debating between these moves. Actually, there's a lot of like good moves for white. Yeah, from the opening. Yeah, the engine says, okay, g6 is only slightly better for white. I usually like to play d6 first. Allows for some bishop g4, knight f6, bishop g4. Yeah, I'm wondering if I should have played b4 sooner. Although b4 sooner Yes, probably runs into issues. I missed e5 here. Okay. All right, GG. I'll be right back. Oh, I was the first person to defeat SilverbackHQ. Wow. I'll try and win the rest of your games. 21st place. Looks like there's time for one more game. Next game probably won't count for the tournament. But maybe I can be super aggressive and try and make it count. Leader has 43 points. Wow. Okay, no Stafford Gambit. We have a Queen's Gambit. Cambridge Springs. Okay, here we go. Queen c2 is not considered to be the best move. Or one of the best moves because of knight e4. And now this. And black should be winning a pawn. I can take on a2. Still takes work to win, though. I think I have to go for the trade. There's a question if I want to trade off my bishop or my knight. Probably want to keep my bishop. If I take, the knight's kind of still hit. Have to move back. And if I take, the bishop is hits as well. I think it's nicer to keep the bishop long term. It's actually a question if I want to throw in this move. Assuming rook takes. I probably do. And then bishop e7. Not sure why white's thinking here. If takes, I just win the pawn. Okay. So up a pawn, but white does have more activity. Castle as well. Thank you to ACV RGA.
Yay bishop badge.
Oh yes, my bishop pair. White also has a bishop pair. So, I mean, b6, c5 appears to make sense. Concerned about the a file. If rook a2, I maybe play a5. Oh, you get the bishop sub badge. Oh yeah. Happy 7 months. Okay, bishop b7. It's still a matter of like completing development, making some improvements. I don't think I'm going to win the game in the next 2 minutes. Unless something crazy happens. c5 makes sense. White can't really get in d5. Maybe threatening to take. But even then, I don't know if it's worth actually giving away such a nice bishop to double white's pawns. I probably just want to bring the rooks in and target the D and C pawns. Anyone know what Eric's peak rapid rating is? I passed 2700 at some point. I remember I hit my peak and then I was playing some arena tournament and a game started and I didn't realize and I lost by forfeit. And I think then I just went down from there. It was slightly tilting. Okay, yeah, opponent wants to do things on the file. There's a tricky move. I'm going to play rook d8. If rook ba1, I take. If knight takes, I fork. So imagine rook here, I take, and then e5. Oh, that doesn't work though. But there are potential tactics around X-ray vision. Like maybe I'm threatening to take, and then e5. I'm dreaming of this eventual center fork. If rook a1, I also have a5 at my disposal. And maybe just play positionally like bishop d6, bishop f6. But I'll take a moment here. Takes. And it's very forcing. a5 does weaken b6. Take. Knight c5. I'm going for a5. Bishop c7 is not a concern because b6 is defended by the knight. I have rook c8. If white shifts to the b file, I might have the resource of taking in bishop b4. Opponent's taking time. I'm debating whether to keep streaming after this tournament. I might do some Blitz. Get ready for tomorrow's Title Tuesday. I've been grinding Blitz on Lichess and chess.com recently. Bishop c2.
Had a good tourney and gained some rating despite also trying to finish some work. Someday we'll get to play.
Oh, nice. Welcome back, you're a serious star. Okay. I mean, there's this very nice looking move, bishop f6. But then knight e5. I take. Could also start by like taking, bishop f6. But then rook d1. Just trying to figure out how to deal with this. Bishop f6, knight e5. Take. Should be fine. Let's start with this. Creating the pin. I'm dreaming of a world where my knight gets to b4. That's hard to accomplish. Again, if I take, but then e5, then we trade a lot. Takes. Bishop e4. I think I'll go for it. Probably better ways to play. But it should lead to a very safe position. It might actually lead to an Oscar bishop situation. I'll have the outside passer, rook stay on the board. At least one pair of rooks. Take. Bishop might come to d4. White's pawns are pretty ugly compared to my very beautiful pawns. Yeah, there is bishop. Oh no, there's not bishop e4. So white can't effectively build the battery on the d file. Probably just bishop d4. Defending. Now there is this move, but then either rook to the d file walks into bishop f2. Except not rook d2. I guess rook d2 is possible there. But then I went c4. So rook c2. I think just g6. Make some improvements. Bishop d5 is met with rook d5. Rook d1 is met with bishop f2. Improvements probably involve like king g7, rook c5, maybe swing over, target h2 or rook g5. Also potentially f5 as well. Like almost traps the bishop. So f5, the bishop can't move here or here. Bishop d3, bishop f2. Okay, so white allows this. I think that's the first like real big blunder of the game. That's a difficult position to defend for white. Okay. So a relatively clean game, it felt like. I think there were some questions from chat about what moment? Were there questions? Should white have retaken with a pawn or with rook instead of pawn? Oh, like, well, here it doesn't work because bishop takes. If it takes with knight, there's e5. There was a question why a5. My pawn was attacked. Although maybe there's a better option here. And a5 seemed fine. There's not too many other ways to save the pawn. I was considering like going for these lines, but yeah, in general, I don't want to give away my bishop unless it leads to something very clear. So according to the engine, my biggest mistake was actually around here. Wow, I didn't even consider this, I don't think. Engine really likes taking first. I'm not sure What's the big difference? Oh, so white actually had a very concrete approach here. White could have taken and then play c5 and get rid of my outside passer. And this is much more difficult to win. But apart from that, okay, white missed the opportunity and then position was very nice. That's crazy. The engine gives like minus 3.6 in black's favor. But it's just white structure is very bad, and yeah, white's basically has no ideas. So, time to move on. There's a question, what's your peak blitz rating at the moment? Or what's your blitz rating at the moment? On Lichess, it's 2643. My peak rating is 2693, so I'm 50 points away from my peak. But on chess.com, it's currently at its peak at 2870 something, 77, I think. So let's do a poll. Chess.com or Lichess? Where should I play? Whatever wins the poll, I'll play Blitz on that platform. I feel like Lichess is gonna crush, but we'll see. Oh, it's actually kind of close. Lichess is 25 to 19. So there's still time to vote. 40 votes for Lichess, 30 votes for chess.com. I will be playing on chess.com tomorrow for Title Tuesday. Did I allow voting with channel points? I was getting really close, 38 to 42. If you haven't voted yet, you could sway the poll, determine my destiny. Oh, good game to Magda, who appears to be my last opponent. Oh yeah. I think at least one of the big improvements for white is opening. Queen c2, it looks natural, but walks into already a tricky line. Although according to the engine, it's still kind of playable. A3 is a hard move to play though. So the better moves are bishop f6, knight d2, or c takes d5. You get master level, knight d2 is the most common move. Bishop f6 is like the safest move. Okay, Lichess is still leading, 51 to 45. Oh yeah, I didn't list ICC as an option, but they did launch their new platform recently. Okay, there's what, like 15 more seconds to vote? 4 vote difference. How many people are saving their votes until the last second? Okay, time is up. 54 votes for Lichess, 51 votes for chess.com. So I'll play on chess.com tomorrow for Title Tuesday. For Lichess, I guess I'll play now? What's my blitz stats? I lost some rapid rating. I'm ranked 637 for blitz on Lichess. Let me retitle the stream.
Woohoo 35.
Happy 35. Might be free, welcome back. Okay, let me adjust the layout. And here we go. the c5 move is slightly annoying. It might transpose into a Benoni. My queen is slightly misplaced on d2. Like usually the knight wants to come to d2 and c4. With this setup, I might just play e4, take the center. Maybe go for the e5 break. But probably not here. Take, take. f5, I have d6. My d6 is coming. I want to play a5 and then win c5. Or trade a pawn for c pawn. Getting spicy. I'm threatening to take and then knight a4. Wow. Center is going to be opening up. I do have knight a4. Attacking, defending, attacking. And the e6 square could actually be really nice eventually for the knight. But e4 is kind of attacked. What's happening? I take. And these things are attacked. Bishop's not hanging though. I can just take and take. So I'm up a pawn, bishop pair. Got some pass pawns. Get my bishop to c6. Bishop e2, rook b1, bishop c6. Looks kind of painful for black. And there's rook f7. That move I missed. Probably this. It's still looking good. a5 is a target. I have initiative too. Knight c7, c4. Do I allow the fork? And there's bishop f4. Maybe just c4. And rook c2, c5. Hmm. I think taking is okay. Oh, but then maybe it's not okay. Maybe it is. Rook c5, I defend. Ooh. Not the cleanest finish. Okay. I managed my time better that game, but yeah, somehow let my pawns collapse. I thought I was queening, but I'm not. But still winning somehow. Oh, best move rook a3. That's clever. And the knight's stuck. The knight moves to d2, it blocks the rook. Knight c1, I pin the knight. But then takes, and then bishop c5. I'll take the knight and defend the bishop next. Yeah, this is 3-minute blitz, no increment. Title Tuesday will have a 1-second increment. Rook e4 is not a good move. Oh, I allowed a fork, knight d6. I'm losing material back. The best move bishop c3 or bishop c6. Why didn't you play rook takes b2 and then the knight? At what moment? Rook takes b2. Oh, like if I take the bishop, I lose my rook. So yeah, I save my rook and I leave the bishop attacked. Okay. Let's keep it going. I think I'm done with rapid for the night. It's blitz time. I don't think this is Conrad Holt. Though Conrad does like to play the Slav. There's some Gambit here, I believe. Leaving b2 hanging. If takes, I have e4. It's interesting. I'm still leaving b2 hanging. Looks reminiscent of a Caro Khan. Like we may be transposed into something. Preventing black from castling. c5 might be coming. Then takes. Takes. I'm not giving away d5 for the knight. Hmm. I'm not sure about this. Some eventual idea of like lifting over. I think I allowed takes. I'm not sure though. Crazy position. Take. The idea is to sack the rook and get the queen to h3. Black might be in time to defend though. Yeah, this probably wasn't great. But maybe it's still playable. I mean, rook h3 is a big threat. Okay. Total chaos towards the end there. Not my proudest time scramble, but I was slightly faster. Oh man. That was a big mess. Yeah, at some point the position got beyond messy. I was clearly worse at some point, and then clearly better at some point. Oh yeah, let me get rid of this join command. The tournament's over. I moved on to playing Blitz chess. Okay, I think the opening was fine. Actually got a very pleasant position. Oh, knight c4 is actually a nice move. Oh, I could have taken on h7. Because of g6, I assume bishop g6. Take, and yeah. Queen c3. Wow, engine says g5. Oh, my knight's getting trapped. Wow. That's a crazy tactic. g5 threatening g4. And threatening the bishop. I guess h3 is a safe move. And the ending was just complete madness. I took on d5. Opponent didn't realize they could take my queen back. They had enough time, 4 seconds to 2 seconds. My queen gave some checks. Okay. Moving on. 2653. Here we go. My new weapon against the Catalan. There's one trap here that some people might fall for, but not my opponent. I really haven't looked at this line in depth. I assume knight b4? They b6 takes, knight b4 takes.
Hey Eric. Been a while since I've caught a stream but wanted to say thanks for what you do.
Oh, thank you. Valvathello, welcome back. Happy 3 years. Okay, so there's a line here, takes, knight b4. And white can't take on c7 because I take, and knight c2. After this game, I'll show another trap that can stem from this weird line. A3 is probably coming. I have this move. A4, maybe after A3. And now the queen has to move to D1. Now I just move back. Oh, this pawn's actually in trouble. I might have bishop D7. If takes, I take. Actually looks playable. B5. Rook A5. Kind of a weird move, but prepare this. It's getting a little bit uncomfortable. I think this just loses the pawn. For some reason I thought I have bishop h3, but I don't. Well, I do, but it doesn't win anything. There's bishop g2. And we're trading queens as well. I have g5, okay. And then bishop e3 takes rook. Doesn't work. Thought I have rook b8, but I have bishop c7. I have rook d2 maybe. There's counterplay. Rook b5 is an idea. I can't take that though. Maybe just this. Yeah, the b2 pawn is weak. b3's coming. Ugh. Still some counterplay. Yeah, g4 was a good positional move. And worse here. Bishop e2 is coming. Oh dear. Not good. That's not good. Any trickery? No stalemate traps. GG. Yeah, it got weird around here. White was in time to play b3. I might just be worse like most of the time. Yeah, down a pawn. White converted cleanly. I'll share the trap. Yeah, c5 I haven't looked at. I just learned this line a few days ago. The funny trap is if white plays rook d1, which is the second most common move in the Lichess database, then knight b4, and the queen runs out of squares. If queen d2, knight e4, and the queen has to move here or here, and then knight c2. And also if queen b3, there's a4. If here or here, there's knight c2 again, and if here, there's the same idea. Knight c2 to follow. There's a question, why did you not take the pawn on move 25? Move 25. Oh yeah, if I take the pawn, there's a fork. The bishop fork. So it seemed like I should win the pawn somehow, but never actually managed. I'm going to check the opening real quick too. Maybe a4 wasn't necessary. Engine likes this move. Develop. There's other ideas with a5. Like in many cases, if white plays a3, then you can clamp down with a4, which is kind of what I got in the game. And then in other cases, it supports a knight on b4, which can be very useful. Yeah, the main line is actually a3, as far as I remember. And then, yeah, then takes, and a4. Black tries to clamp down, bishop d7 comes. Just a different weapon against the Catalan. Okay, we'll move on. There's one more question. You had your bishop and rook on the pawn with rook defending. Why didn't you take before he pushed? So much later. Oh, here. If I take... That's a good question. I think there are a few moments where I can't take. If I take here, then there's check here, and then either bishop here or takes first. But I fall victim to tactics. And then I think there's another moment later, like here, if I take similar tactic, rook takes e7, takes and then fork. So yeah, there's cases where the pawn doesn't look defended, but it's defended by tactics. Okay, keep grinding here. So I've played 2 Blitz games this stream. I've lost 1 and won 1. It can sometimes take a while to get a game at this rating level. Yeah, we do have a few of the commands in chat. !ACO. I will be going to Greece in May for the World Amateur Championships. More information in the link. Okay, new opponent. Here we go. London opening. I'll play this one, a6. Relatively newer weapon. Knight e5. I think h6 is a move. Opponent appears to be prepared though. Knight e5 usually sets up like e6 g4. Do you prefer 3-0 rather than 3-2? For online, yes. Much easier to find a 3-0 game. Title Tuesday is 3+1, which is, I guess, a bit unique. Some potential tactics here. Knight d7. Not giving white the fuel to have initiative on the king side. Challenging this knight. I could take a bunch. Bishop d3 is coming. Let's take once. I'm actually wondering about taking. With queen b6. Feels like there's a lot of potential energy in black's position. The bishop's coming in. White has various targets. Like now I can play bishop e4 and get the pin. Multiple pins. Knight is currently pinned. H-pawn could be pinned. E5 pawn could be vulnerable very soon. Okay, so we trade. Not sure if I'm threatening anything. Maybe just a castle, rook h1, rook h8. b4, I take on b4. And white's tied down to like multiple things. It's not easy to actually find a move here for white. The plan is probably just improve, make white suffer. Maybe king f1 and b4 should be the plan. I'm thinking a5. Just prevent b4. And pawn a4. Might just castle. Feels wrong to play a5 and then castle. But also feels kind of right. Doing very well on time. We could trade. Wait, if I take on f3 first and then take, I think that's good actually. It looks decent. Hmm. I messed up a little bit. So did white. Okay. I was maybe like worse there for a moment. Like here, white can take, and then take. And if I take back, I lose my rook. I think it is, yeah, it is losing for black for a move. Thankfully, I do not get punished. GG. It felt like a pretty clean game until maybe towards the end. Like this one blip. I'll check the opening real quick. I had prepared this against the London leading up to the World Rapid and Blitz Championship. But then at the World Rapid and Blitz, I did not face a single London. The idea is to prevent bishop b5. And also, I'm kind of waiting for white to play this, so then there's this. And then after c3, I prevent bishop d3. So white actually got a fine position, but should have taken with knight. Okay, moving on. I haven't really gained much rating. 2650. I lost some rapid rating earlier. I have gained some blitz points though. Playing Alekhine style. This is a tricky line. A6 is a fine move. I think A6 is one of the best moves. There's a trap, which I think my opponent just fell for. And Queen D7 was necessary instead of taking back immediately. Yeah, this position is somewhere in my opening files. I actually helped prepare Andrea Botez for this line, specifically against Dina Balankaya for their chess boxing match. I think I made a video where I did mention this trap. I could take, but then this, and then this. I think bishop b5 actually makes more sense. Black's a little bit tied down. Or very tied down. Just castle next. Wait, you're back on Lichess. I am. I stream on both Lichess and chess.com. I've never been exclusive to one platform. Welcome back,
Hey
Damien
Eric,
Rice.
do you agree with Einstein that a dumbass is somebody who loses with the same opening over and over again yet expects different results?
Not sure. Never thought about that. I haven't really studied much Einstein theory recently. Can I... What is this move? King e7. Can I punish this? Let's play rook d1. I want to go for e4. And queen a3. What to do? Queen c2. I'm trying to understand this question. I probably wouldn't use that terminology. Okay, can I checkmate? Wait. If I take back, there's e5. Alright, so I'll play this first. And then take with rook. This king on e7 is so bad. Like, it has no legal moves. It blocks a bishop, which blocks a rook. f6 probably only helps me. A4. Wait, I have to watch my time. Oh, did I blunder? I think I blundered. Take queen f5? Might still be okay. I think it's still okay. As I prevent queen. Oh no, there's queen there. My. If take, I promote to knight with check. Okay. I should still win this. Almost let things slip though. Okay. Oh man. I think it's okay to repeat the same opening over and over again, as long as you learn something from every game. I do this with the London. I got way too relaxed this game. Okay, I can do my best to answer questions. I think every game I play, there's always questions in chat. Why I didn't do certain things. This is a nice trap. This is because 90% of people take with the rook, which is a blunder. Walking into this cute little tactic. Black should play queen d7, and then this should be equal. Black will regain the knight, and there's no tactics for white. Why didn't you take the queen with your pawn? I miss a free queen. Oh, here. If I take, I lose my queen. and then white's down a thing. But amazingly, okay, even though I blundered this, it wasn't actually a huge blunder because this... Oh, wow. Okay, that's insane. I would have had to find bishop e8 to still be winning. If rook takes e8, I win back. I win the queen and there's no more pin. If king takes e8, then queen f5. Breaking this pin, exploiting this pin, hitting this and this. It's crazy. I play queen e2, allowing this. And then I had a funny trick. If this, the most winning move is to take and promote to a knight with check. And win back the rook and white's winning. And then white's worse, but eventually everything worked out. Okay. Moving on. Oh, playing a strong player. Time for another London, maybe. You have a logic monitor in your subconscious that turns on when you make a less than good move. Usually people at your level can feel a good move. Yeah, there's definitely a sense of intuition. I would say so. An interesting way of putting it. This opponent beat me earlier from the Catalan. Okay. Right? Yeah. I did check the improvement of that game. I might repeat the opening. Actually, they're changing the opening a little bit. They're playing a London. I'll play this line again. So we had 95 earlier against a different opponent. There's some idea to play like, okay, never mind. What to do here? At a5? I think this is all okay. A4 might come eventually. A4, B4. Wow. Really provoking me. I get the d5 square for queen or knight. Hit the bishop and the pawn. I don't mind this. I could take... Oh, what to do? Let's improve. Yeah, it looks like a really nice position. Prepare the double up. And white's like super passive. Like the pieces can't really improve themselves. I'm controlling so many squares in white's territory. I'm really just preparing to take queen a7. Queen a7 immediately. Tripling up. Don't mess with my gun. Bishop e4 looks pleasant. If this or this, then the knight is kind of getting stuck. I think g5 is going to trap the knight. I could take on a3 first, but no need. Oh, I forgot about knight f3. Okay, then I'll take on a3. But then b5 hang. That's not over. Do I have bishop a3? Should be good enough. Take, take. I'm gonna play this. Looks slow, but want to take next move. Yeah, maybe I slow played a little bit too much. Still should be doing fine though.
Hey Eric, I'm your biggest fan. I even love the underground Stafford theory you did with Stan.
Oh, that's nice to hear. I don't know who Stan is, but let's take. Oh, a mouse slipped. Okay. Oh, got low on time there. That was a nice game overall. I feel like my biggest weakness is just letting these like really good positions gradually slip. Oh, is that an Eminem song? I feel like this, at least the early stage of this game is like a model game for this line, this a6 line. Because my opponent like tried to play natural moves. Like h3 makes sense, like cause sometimes there's knight h5. But queen b3 just gets punished. Knight a5 and b5. And then, yeah, the position was so nice. I'm sure I had something better. I did overlook the eventual knight f3. I could have just taken right away and won the exchange. Oh, Stan is an Eminem song. Oh. I haven't listened to Eminem in a long time. I'm actually not sure what I did most recently. Listening to Eminem or eating an Eminem? Even eating a Skittle. It's been a long time. I forget what the rainbow tastes like. Moving on. I'm not sure how much longer this will go, but it keeps going. Another d4 game. It's kind of symmetrical. At 95. I think c5 is probably called for. This could lead to a lot of symmetry. I take. I think b5 looks kind of interesting.
I just got here, please keep going.
Oh, welcome to Gaston LV. I've been streaming for over 3 hours now. Opponent accepts my Gambit. Didn't really have anything in mind here. Bishop a6. Down a pawn. Maybe there's some compensation. Queen b6. Some c4 idea. What to do, what to do. Try and use these squares. Knight d5. A few targets, maybe queen a7, target a2. Can make my gun. I take, could trade everything. I think that's probably safest. I might actually hold on to the c-pawn. White can't take it. So rook would hang. Okay. f6 takes, rook c1. I could get behind the pawn. Start with this. Feels kind of weird. But thank you, Christine HB. Thank you, Juju Symmetry.
Happy February.
I appreciate the hype. Now check. I gotta move quicker here. There's e4, d5. Okay. And this should objectively be a draw. Take. Really? No. Oh no. That was bad. Yeah, what to do? A little bit too slow. Didn't leave myself with enough time. Let's analyze. Position, I think, was fine at some points. B5 is not a good move. I should probably at least know this specific position. C takes D4, and then knight E4. Yeah, B5 was somewhat inventive. Position actually turned out to be fine. Wow. I just missed a winning tactic. Takes and bishop B4. I played queen A7. Yeah, too quickly too. I played this in less than a second. So I think I lost most of my rating points. What to do? Yeah, I formed my gun again, but it didn't really work out that well. Yeah, it should just be equal here. I don't think I was ever like better. Yeah, rook h3. I should have pre-moved just takes back. What to do? Another game. Life goes on. 2650. Okay, this is a solid line for both sides. Queen c7, interesting. Did I blunder? I think I actually blundered here. That's some knight d3. I just blundered. Play this out. Not proud of what I did. So I'm down a pawn. Life goes on. Rook c4 is coming. Might as well clamp down a little bit. You hate
Oh no,
TJ.
my prime.
Happy 44 months. Oh, did I miss a tactic? No. Now I think I have a tactic. I have this move. Once the queen moves, I play this, forcing this. And I fork. Okay. Everything is fine now. This still takes work, though. Thank you, Thomas Wilson Barnes. Prime for 1 year. Yeah, the knight on b5 is hard to remove. Pretty much impossible to remove. So I think the strategy is just to optimize my structure first. Start with that 3. I don't really have a plan. H5. Okay, there is some plan now to get the rook to G3. Let's have this move too. Wait a minute, check. Rook D7. Alright, let's start with this. Still not entirely clear. It's looking more clear. Oh, oops. Just as I say that. Okay. I'm losing. Oh, or am I? It's a draw. Or is it? Okay, it's a draw. Okay, what to do? At least I didn't lose. Not the best opening on my part. The opening was fine. This is a middle game move. Knight e5. Losing a pawn. I guess I need to be a bit more patient. So if I play bishop f1, say a6. Then I can go for this plan. Okay. That's the first draw in a while. We move on. Playing domore. Getting a lot of London today. Pretty sure knight g5 is a move. Take. I'm just gonna do it. A lot of tension now between the knights, bishops, pressure on the king side. I'm sure I've studied this at some point. Take. Okay. So I play queen h5. Black doesn't have too many options. This doesn't work due to this. H6 I take. There's also potentially takes and takes. Really? Hmm. Now I take. I could also take and take. No, this has to be winning for white. The queen can't take because I win the queen. And then otherwise, if takes, I take. And even if I somehow lose back a piece, I mean, black's going to lose pawns. Did you drink enough tea today? I had coffee earlier. Haven't had any tea. So, yeah, it's not enough. The coffee has helped keep me awake. G4? H5 coming? I actually have this move.
Thanks for all the steadfast chess insight through the years. I finally hit 1900, on Lichess at least.
Oh, nice to hear. Welcome back to Marco Rolo Polo YOLO. Happy 19 months. I think checkmate is unstoppable. Like this, and then pawn takes knight mate. Oh, but there's rook g8. But rook g8, I have smother mate. The ultimate smother mate. Oh wait, that's not mate. Oh, this isn't mate either because my rook's hanging. Wait. I mean, rook g8 should lose somehow, but where's the... I'm not seeing the immediate mate. Maybe just like rook h3 or something. There's got to be like mate in... Probably mate in less than 5. It's mate in 2. Ah, this is mate. Takes, the rook defends, and then mate. Okay. GG. Let me check this opening. Knight g5 is the best move. Oh, queen h5 is not best. But why? I'm supposed to take first. Bishop f4, knight g5. Okay, that makes sense. If takes... Oh, then I take and I'm threatening the rook. And stuff with this. Rook b8. Queen h5 runs into f5, but there is takes. Takes and then check. Wow. King h8 is best. What is this line? Wow. Yeah, the London has a lot of venom to it, especially in these variations, but it still takes a lot of precision to play. So yeah, what happened in the game was very nice. Okay, I'll do a few more. Played this opponent once before.
Hi Eric.
Hello. Welcome back to NB. Yeah, this is a more positional line. You have to be very careful of the attack. E4 might make sense here. Kind of risky, but black doesn't have great reinforcement over d5. At the same time, I'm getting kicked around. D5 is still in the air. Take. This doesn't work. I was hallucinating something. I thought I could take on f5. Queen g5, king h8. Try this. Still some pressure. An idea of this now. f4 might be coming. f4, knight f5, take, 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 take. My rook hangs in the end. But maybe it's okay. No, it's not okay. Oh no, it's okay. I think. f4, knight f5. Take, 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 take. And if takes, I win d7. There is rook f7, but I... What do I have? Knight f5? Gets crazy. Yeah, probably knight f5 in the end. Doing well on time. I just take now? There's queen h5. And this. And this, of course. Oh, that was a really bad move. Threw away the game. Now what to do? Ah. I should probably... Okay, I should probably just take the rook. The bishop a2 is not good. Yeah, knight f4. I didn't see what to do after trading everything. But engine says here bishop a2. It's kind of hard to find. What to do. Okay. I think I'm like gradually running out of steam. So we'll do a few more. I think I'm close to breaking even for Blitz. I've gained 3 points thus far. Okay, playing Beast 2020. Have a dragon. A tricky line. Queen b6. There are a few ways for white to go wrong here. The first time I started learning this was in preparation for a classical game that I never actually got to play in a classical tournament. And then I realized it's like a really nice blitz opening because most players aren't prepared for queen b6. Like the main line is usually castling instead of d6. Bishop b5 is a move. I'm supposed to play queen c7. And then there's some argument the bishop is misplaced. But life goes on. In 95, maybe just a6. Expand with b5. Go for knight c4. Got the bishop pair. Pleasant looking position. I allowed knight a5. Oh, knight a5, maybe I would have had queen c5. Knight d7. I'll try and set up a5, a4. Or a5, b4. Knight d7 now. Typical dragon move. Play a5. We trade. Win b2. Maybe queen b6 first. Then queen a6, but then a4. If knight c5 takes b4. Takes. I think this is okay, actually. Maybe not. What am I doing? Rook d8. Rook d8 takes work. All right, let's play this. Really ugly. What's happening? Phone's not moving. Okay. I win because a bishop is sufficient mating material when the opponent has pawns. My opponent just froze. Like, there is no reason to go for this move. I'm not sure. I don't think they had the best connection. Yeah. Okay. Take away some lessons. I had a decent position, and then I think a5 is actually like maybe a turning point. It's still okay for black. Actually, didn't see what to do here because if I play queen a6, there's a4. Oh, 95. Counterattack. How does this work? I win b2. I win b2. Queen e2, knight c4. Okay. Plot armor. Do I have plot armor? Am I the main character? That's what's saving me. Okay. One more. Oh, playing the same player again. Are we going to repeat the same opening? I didn't mind what I got. Why am I black again, though? I don't mind repeating. I only checked the game briefly, though. I like the structure that I got. Double fianchetto. Hmm. This knight to c4. a5 makes some sense. Target c2 eventually. I want to play b4, win the c2 pawn. If takes, takes, and b2 is weak. The bishop pair is nice in this position. Yeah, that I kind of forgot about. I do have bishop a6, then rook b3, but then rook b8, then a4. Take. It's messy. Knights are tricky. Take on b2. And it's equal material. Probably have to take. And the knight is really awkward. Not on time though. Okay. Felt clean. Actually felt like a very clean game. It did get messy at some point. Maybe things were missed. The rook ending is very hard to defend when white's down a pawn and down on time. Yeah, I miss back rank tactics. Also, hi to Gari. How are you doing? Shout out to Gari. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Yeah, it's weird to like play 2 games in a row against the same opponent with the same color, like having played in the pool. But felt like I was in good control most of the game. What are these moments? Oh, I had h4. And then there might even be some mating that if the king has to take. Yeah, did I have anything earlier? It seemed very close earlier. I had rook c8. Losing the bishop? And then rook c1 with back rank ideas. But then, wait, rook e3? Okay, this is very difficult to find. The only winning move is rook 8 c3. And if here, rook 3 c2. And if here, bishop c3. Basically, we're chasing this rook. And if here, then we take, and bishop d4. Some engine line. Yeah, that's basically impossible to find. But what I got in the game felt comfy. It's hard for white to hold on to a pawn. Okay. Should I end it there? 26:52? Wait. 26:58, because I gained some points in the end. Okay. Marco Rolo Polo Yolo says, I like that d6 line for Blitz to avoid the main line. Yeah, very few people actually know the theory. Especially at like lower levels. I've seen a lot of people play bishop b3 here. Because the main line is castling. So in Blitz, a lot of people just expect castling after bishop c4. But with this move order, d6 threatens knight g4. So, okay, only 11% of people on Lichess play bishop b3 here, though. Black's already good after knight g4. And then very few people actually know much theory. And even if they do, it's playable. Like knight f5, queen b2, knight g7, king f8. We see Lichess database. Knight f5 is most played. Bishop b3 walks into this, which is nice. I had a game on chess.com the other day against like a 2800 player. My opponent played this. I played this, and then opponent resigned. Black wins the piece. Gary is asking, do you think chess.com Blitz is harder or easier at these ratings? At what ratings? If we're comparing like 1-to-1, like 2600 Lichess, I think is stronger than 2600 chess.com Blitz. It's weird because at lower levels, I think Lichess ratings are more inflated. But at higher levels, I think chess.com ratings are more inflated. Maybe because there's a larger user base on chess.com. Chess.com ratings also like go further down too. So that might more affect the lower levels. But my chess.com Blitz rating currently is in the high 2800s. And I don't think that's achievable for me on Lichess. I think 27, like mid 2700s should be achievable. But high 28s is very far away. It's also true chess.com is like slightly different compared to Lichess. The pre-move. At Lichess, you don't lose any time for pre-moving. There's also multi-pre-moves on chess.com. Chess.com also has a stronger player pool. But there's different factors. Apparently there's also a different rating system too, between Glico 2 and Glico 1. Which I don't know how that affects things. Who's the strongest Blitz player on Lichess currently? Let's see. This person, at least active player. Are they public? Oh, Michael Royce. That's such a random name. I guess Magnus isn't active. What was, let's check Dr. Nyezhmetdinov. When was the last time he logged on? Active 2 months ago. Okay, not too long ago. Most recent game was 7 months ago. Blitz rating 3131. So on chess.com he's 3300. Which kind of matches because, yeah, for me my chess.com rating is also about 200 points higher. I'm pretty sure there are many strong anonymous GMs on Lichess. Yeah, I'm pretty sure too. Wasn't Fabiano playing the other day? Pomegranate? Like he was playing on Lichess during Tata Steel. Like not during one of his games, but like in preparation for one of the rounds. Yeah, he was playing this Lila
That's a
Night
lot of
Odds.
months. Wow.
Welcome back to Pablo. Happy 26. If you're just joining, we're in the tail end of the stream. I think I'm done playing chess. But we can keep talking about chess. Bobby playing bot, weird. Yeah, I think the reason why he was playing this bot is because of Matthew Sadler. Sadler does a lot of content on his YouTube channel about how interesting Leela's games are and its ability to like fight back from bad positions or positions where you're down material. And there was a recent match between Joel Benjamin. Was it Joel Benjamin? I think it was. Versus this Leela Night Odds. As a classical match. I think Leela won one game. Against Fabi, it drew one game. Which is actually kind of impressive to draw the world number. I think when they played, Fabiano was number 2. Now he's number 3 or 4. We'll look from Leela's perspective. So, POV, you're white, you're down a knight, and you're playing against Fabiano Caruana. But Leela has no fear. It plays Bishop B5 novelty. Wait, there's a database. How is this even in the database? Rated games on Lichess. But these weren't Night Odd games. Because you can't play rated Night Odds. Did someone reach this position and... Okay, let's look at these games. So that's how they reach this position from like a normal game. Little do these players know they foreshadowed Leela against Fabiano. Thank you, D. Sarah. Happy 28. Okay, so Leela plays a Spanish, but not a Spanish. Loses time with the bishop. But kind of develops. Fabiano just chilling. Black is up a piece. Seems like he's doing everything correctly. Stockfish says -6. Grab space on the queen side. Fabiano pushing his pawns. Looks like a free pawn. But things begin to get a little bit messy. Takes A8, takes B4. Okay, so Leela now has a pawn for a knight. Still completely winning. B pawn isn't too meaningful. Fabiano's still chilling. But black is kind of passive. Leela gaining some, at least some control over key squares. I'm just realizing, is there a way to replay this game in real time? There's a real time feature, right? There is. So we can see how it played out in real time. It's kind of going fast. But Fabiano has 2 knights against Leela's bishop and 4 pawns. Fabiano really not win this. Leela is playing like almost every move instantly too, which must be intimidating for Fabiano. Yeah, this is already like not super intuitive to win. All the pawns on dark squares. Like as black, you want to target g3, but any knight targeting g3 will be on the light square, which will be attacked by the bishop. There's g4 potential. f5 apparently is a blunder. All white needs to do is get rid of these pawns. That's probably a draw. g4. We could put on pentatonic too. I don't know if people like pentatonic. Yeah, Leela trades the final pawn. And it's a draw, because if takes, there's no way to force mate. That's how you draw Fabiano with knight odds. I like how Stockfish says plus 0.3. How is that even possible? No. King e2. I think Stockfish is just trolling. How do you give any edge for white? Like, obviously it's a draw, but still. A king e2. Now it's saying zeros. Marco is asking, how could I get involved as a writer / editor for chess books and courses? I'm marketing and ghostwriter and chess lover. Well, that's interesting. It might be worth like finding. I actually don't know how to answer that. I'm pretty sure Chessable like has those sort of positions in demand. I might also like be open to like hiring more people for my team, so feel free to send me a message. 'Cause for a while I've wanted to like boost my own course, but it's a huge workload. I think in general, like if you want to get work in the chess world, it's about just messaging individuals or like the major platforms, and even doing some like work on your own first. Yeah, there is this ending. Let's see if I can find an example of it. Like, let's imagine white sacks the pawn for the, or sacks the bishop for the pawn. Like, just for example's sake, here, 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 and then take. I'm going to turn off pentatonic for now. This position might actually be winning for black. Because with one pawn, yeah, it is. With white having a pawn, it's possible to eventually steer the king into the corner and then quote-unquote stalemate it, but give the pawn legal moves and then checkmate it. And we can see how it plays out according to table base. It's very difficult to do like in a practical game, especially in Blitz if you're in time pressure. Because this knight has to stay here, and it's about using this king and knight to corral the white king. But there is some pattern, like with knight and king, you got opposition, you control c2, and then this knight still plays a role. Actually very beautiful. So this is like the most efficient way, and also the best defense for white as well. Now we're getting closer. That king is now cornered, and now we let the pawn move. And that's how you win a chess. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end things. Time to get some food. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Appreciate the good vibes. I'll be back tomorrow for Title Tuesday. I don't know if I'll play the morning one. I'll probably just play the afternoon one. I'm trying to be more self-aware of like my energy levels and when I play my best chess. And sometimes in the morning my brain is too slow. I did score 8 points last week in the afternoon Title Tuesday. So hopefully we can have another strong showing tomorrow. And let's wrap it up. Let's send it to Min Lei. And this is a long stream. Over 4 hours. Okay. Min Lei in a different area of the world. I think it's already Tuesday for Min Lei. I played Min in both the World Rapid Championship and the World Blitz Championship. We had good fights. I drew him in the Rapid. He beat me in the Blitz. Anyway, thanks again, everyone. See you guys soon. Adios.